A Cedar Hill police officer suffered severe burns trying to help a man who walked into a Wingstop, doused himself with gasoline, and then caught on fire. Two other officers were also burned trying to help, and the suspect was shot. Fox Sports' Phil Alvarado is in Cedar Hill tonight. And Phil, I know you heard from witnesses who watched everything happen. What did they have to say?
It really was incredible the way they describe it. And the Wingstop where it all happened is back open for business tonight. Cedar Hill police tell us that Officer Ann McSwain, who was most critically burned of the three officers, is still in the hospital tonight. Detectives Mike Hernandez and Detective Brandon Woodall, they were also burned, but they were treated and released earlier in the day. Police have not identified the suspect, but he set himself on fire and then was shot by police. And tonight he's in the hospital undergoing surgery. As far as Officer McSwain, a lot had to do with the fact that she was protected somewhat by the vest that she was wearing, and of course the witnesses who ran to help her. Cell phone video by Jonathan Guerrero shows a Cedar Hill police officer on the ground moments after two witnesses helped put out the flames.
It was like a horror movie. It was crazy.
Cedar Hill police say a burglary suspect set himself on fire inside the Wingstop restaurant and attacked police officers, causing three to get burned. One officer suffered severe burns, another had burns on his arm. They were taken to Parkland Hospital in Dallas. The other officer had less severe burns.
She was just on fire. Her skin, it was bad. And he takes off, and then you hear boom, and he hits the ground.
Yeah, he looked like a Human Torch when he came out. Like, he had no facial features. It was just all fire. It was crazy.
Spencer Stroud took off his shirt to put out the flames on the officer on the ground.
She rolls over on her back. We roll her back over on her stomach, and then we start getting the flames out.
Cedar Hill police say the suspect was spotted in this shopping center at Highway 67 and Beltline after a burglary call at a nearby apartment complex.
He kept yelling, "I have gas. I'm going to catch myself on fire."
When the officer tried to make an arrest,
put the taser to his back, said a few words, and that's when he threatened to light her on fire with the Powerade bottle full of gasoline. And then he kind of did like a juke move, took off. They took off from the Wingstop, and that's when the other two officers immediately pulled up, all went in the Wingstop. Huge amount of screaming, and they came out on fire.
Jonathan Guerrero went to go help, but took this cell phone video after he saw the officer was already being helped.
Her vest was on fire. Her vest was actually, you could see damage from the fire.
Now, everybody who saw Officer McSwain immediately after said that, that her bulletproof vest, normally, of course, intended to protect officers in the case of gunfire, in this case, it really did help protect her from getting more severe injuries from the burns, particularly in her torso area. Heather?
Oh my gosh, Phil, everybody's praying and hoping for the best for those officers, but let's talk about the suspect for a second. Are police releasing details about how this how it happened, what he used, what he did to make this all happen?
At this point, they're trying to put all the different pieces together, what the officers saw inside, what they're getting from witnesses. And as you heard, in part, they know that apparently this man had some kind of either gasoline or flammable liquid in a plastic container. He did douse himself with it, and then we're told that he probably used a cigarette lighter to set himself on fire. What's at question now is if when he doused himself with that liquid, did it splash on some of the officers? And that's what they're looking at, and that's how they may have also been burned.
So scary. All right, Phil Alvarado live for us tonight. Thank you.